joining me for another video. If you're joining me for the first time, hello! Oh my goodness, I am so excited to open this. I saw this in a shop in New Zealand. For those who are interested, Sylvia Park. There's a, I think it's like called Pop Mart or Mart Pop. It's a store just filled with Funko Pops and, you know, all the great Mezco toys and Neca Reel Toys and all those sorts of things. If you've been watching for my horror ones, which I know some of you do, you will have seen my opening of the Aliens, which my friend sent me from the US. So I've got Alien, Aliens, and Alien 3 figurines, and they were amazing. If you haven't seen those and would like to, I open all three of them in a video, which I'll put in my little description below. Well, I was happily just going through the store looking for South Park things for my daughter for her birthday, and I spotted the Queen. This is the Alien Queen Deluxe action figure from Alien Ressurection. So this is the next movie along from those three down there. And she is huge and she is beautiful. So I'll bring up the little alien at the back to show the difference. I fell in love with her and I needed her straight away. I had to have her for my collection. At the back here, I'll bring this up so you can see. There is 200 years after her death, military scientists are attempting to clone Ellen Ripley in order to extract the queen embryo that was in her body when she died. So that if you haven't seen the movie or if you haven't seen the series, definitely check out the series. I don't want to read any more, give any more away. Basically, Alien is actually one of my favorite sci-fi horror movie series ever. I love it. I love the entire story behind it. Prometheus I can be a little 50-50 on, but the first four from Alien to Alien Resurrection, oh my goodness, I've seen them all at least 10 times through. So let's have a look at what this is. This is a Reel Toys figurine, NECA over the side, NECA over here. I'll open her up. Let's have a look. Here she is up close. She is amazing. I just want to get as much of this detail, and so I'm shining the light on her because of course she's in a color that she's out of the light, it can blend into shadow. So you have this movement here with the teeth. Of course you can put in the longer tongue or the shorter tongue, but look at this. These are see-through teeth with drool coming down. She is so beautiful. I'm going to move her this way so you can see what she looks like. Oh gosh, ain't that a thumbnail right there. Okay, let's look further down. So since she is a queen, she has this massive, almost shield-like plate for her head, which is in these browns and blacks. And just look at all the detailing, all the tiny little bumps and scratches put in. Underneath is her neck, which is done with movement at the top there. She has movement of her mouth slightly, so you can move it slightly from side to side. There is a neck movement here. And then down here, there is again just a very slight movement down there. So her head movement is, it's right, ew, you can go up and down too. So this one goes more up and down than it's rotating. So there is a lot of head movement. I mean, look at this. So you have all that movement here going down to her chest area. She of course has the little arms. So these are a set of little arms which have movement in the wrist and here. So these and movement onto the body. So kind of like a small elbow and a wrist movement with these big claws. Kind of spidery. So these ones here are the little ones that, you know, she keeps to herself. Kind of like, if I always imagine it like a granny knitting, you know, underneath here. So she can do small movements in her arms here. And then she has her larger set of arms, which are on the side of her body. They come into this 5-fingered thing here. Of course, she looks different to other queens since she was effectively birthed, I guess, by C-section from a human. So there are bits of human DNA in her from what I get about it, just as much as there's parts of alien DNA in Ripley. We have rotation right here. Up here we have movement back and forward, so she can reach forward, she can go back and move her arm underneath. Her arm is slightly limited in that you can't really rotate her arm like her head like this. You can't do this sort of movement. It's kind of really restricted to back and forward on that part there. But I'm guessing that is so, oh, and they could have done it in the elbow here. I'm guessing that's to try and keep the arm. Actually, I don't really know why that is. I was thinking maybe it was so you don't get your arms over crossing in the middle, but it would have been nice that I can bring them together in the middle. Not complaining too much. She's amazing. I'm a little confused by the restriction there. Tiny bit of movement coming down to what would be her midsection, just under her chest. Tiny bit of movement there where we go from the area you can put the spikes into, down, much like an insect looking body right here, to her behind area. I imagine even aliens need to poop. So her spinal part has these shooting up very blunt, kind of like bone pieces. They're not really like spikes, like, you know, if you touch a lizard, they have spikes down the back to protect themselves. These are actually kind of blunt. So I'm guessing that's because she doesn't really want to spike herself up here with her own thing. We go down to her legs. We have rotation back and forward and a slight movement in and out on her back leg here. Look at all the details. Oh my goodness, I can't believe the details. Then we have, like an animal, a 2-tier break. So this one here at the top can go back and forward, and then this one here can go back and forward, giving that very animalistic sort of style joint where it's just not a knee, it's like a double knee, if that makes sense. Going down to her foot, where she has 4 toes. She can move those toes up and down, and she can move her ankle slightly. Hang on, let's get her in a better position so I can show you this. So her toes can go slightly up and down, and this part here again can go slightly up and down. I don't like to pull it too much, as I do feel that too much pulling in the break in these joints will cause a break. So I don't want to play around with them too much, but there is that option for posability. Now, like a high heel, oh, she's very fancy, darling. Her 5th toe is actually at the back here, which is interesting. I never noticed that in the movie. Did you notice that in the movie? That her 5th toe is like a high heel in the back. Look, there's a claw on it and everything. Ooh la la. Lady packs her own stilettos. Okay, back up to her tail. Now the tail is all bendy like the other ones, so you can spray it out for extra standing support, which I highly recommend on these figurines, since it does look like they're only going to provide a stand to support this very heavy front part, which I can understand. I mean, again, correct me if I'm wrong, like you would think that these 2 stands would be usable, but I can't find another stand in my box. Maybe I'm blind, I haven't got my glasses on. I'll have another look and I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. Or you can correct me for me. But look at the size of her tail. So look at her in comparison to my hand. She is huge and she is gorgeous. Like, she is going to be one of those pieces I have on display, much like some of my other horror dolls, such as Pennywise, where everybody stops and makes a comment. It's just one of those things that I'm used to. Everybody is going to stop and talk about Queenie here. She is just so gorgeous. So in the mouth part, coming back here, because I want to show you guys if I can do it easily or not. I have got gloves on while I'm handling her. This is meant to slide into here. So the question is, how easy is it? There is a little nook on it, so I don't know if the nook is up or to the side. Okay, it's like this. I don't want to break anything, but these, there we go. That's in. So if you do want to have your queen spitting out an extra pair of teeth, that is what it looks like. I don't think I actually like the extra pair of teeth on her. I mean, the other one will sit nicely into jaw. I'm probably going to use that one. This one looks a little fake compared to the other ones. It hasn't been as detailed or slimy as the other ones. And from memory, it should be a white, more cream color. Maybe I'm wrong saying that, but that's from memory. To me, the grey almost looks a bit mechanical and a bit fake. So I'm not too happy with that one. I'm going to take that back. So, posability. Let's have a look if Queenie can stand. Let's move her head towards you guys, because I'm her mama, so I'm basically her Ellen Ripley. I've got nothing to worry about. But if we put this down here and gather her two small arms into it, Queenie can stand. Look at that. Oh my goodness. And she is in a pose right now. I'll bring the camera and show you. That looks like she's about to attack. Check this out. I think this is a thumbnail moment. Amazing. This is honestly a piece that you buy and keep within the family, you know, sort of thing. This isn't something you buy and sell after you get tired of it. I don't think anyone would ever get tired of looking at this in the office. Maybe you will if you're not a horror sort of buff, but for those who love something a bit creepy and cool, yeah, she's beautiful. Some people out there are going to be like, man, you need to adjust your sign of beauty, girl. But I can appreciate the work into this, the posability into this, and I'm all about, especially with collectible figurines, details and things that catch attention. And she most definitely is going to catch attention. Let me put my hand up just to show you a size comparison. That is my hand. She towers way above it. She's huge. Let's get one of the smaller figurines. So here's one of my smaller guys. As I said, check out those videos if you want to see the smaller figurines. One of the alien soldiers, so to speak, from the previous series. I'm just going to put him down here. These ones stand by themselves. So here he is. You can see the Queen's foot in the background going up, up, up. There she is. Her body just towering over him, getting bigger, bigger, bigger. There's her undercarriage. There he is. He's like, I'm gonna get you. We're still going. We're still going. We're still going. There is his queen, or her queen. I don't know. Maybe they're like an ant society and they're all females, basically. The male is merely a drone-like thing. I don't know. Maybe the soldiers are males for all I know. Look at the other little aliens just standing in the background there. This is a really good figurine, and I highly, highly recommend this for a sci-fi collector, for a horror collector. I'm a little disappointed. I always point out when I'm disappointed in these scales, as I've tried these scales on the side, but I found out from the box, if you have the scales put into one side, they showed out like spears here, you cannot have them on the other side because of the way she is. So if you want them on, you put them on the display side, but it still doesn't look as cool as it should. So these things down here, meh. The extra stand I would have liked to put up to her tail. Maybe I'm missing a piece. I don't know. It could have fallen on the ground and gone straight into the company box down there. I'll find it later. These two mouths, I find the larger one a bit unrealistic. This guy's got one in here. Let me just grab the other one where it's displaying, where it's creamy. This one is more accurate for me. This cream one here. that's shooting out of his mouth. I think it looks more realistic and it's nicer. So this guy, I like this one here. This one, little too mechanical, but I'm going to sit this in here so it's just an added detail within her beauty, her majesty's mouth. If you love horror figurines, please give this a thumbs up. Please subscribe and check out my other horror figurines. Every so often I bring them out. I've still got Gremlins to open. I've still got a Neca Reel. I've got a whole heap of Living Dead dolls just sitting in box out in storage. I need to get to those one day. And eventually I am going to open up Freddy to go with my talking dolls, my talking Chucky and stuff. I'll put all those links down in the description if you want to check them out, if you're that way inclined. Keep spooky, people. I will hopefully see you in the next video. Bye bye.